Boxing fans here with Callum Smith. Callum, we're here in Jeddah. It's very noisy. There's a big crowd here. You've just done your workout. How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good. There's a good buzz about the show. It's a good place to be at the minute, and I'm enjoying being here. I feel good. I'm in a good place, and I'm looking forward to the weekend.
WBC eliminator against somebody that's been about. What have you seen of him? He's not that big a name. Not many people know him, but we know that he's had a fair few fights.
Yeah, he's not the biggest name to probably a non-boxing fan, but he's a good fighter. He's a good southpaw. He's bronze medal at the Olympic Games, and his last fight he stopped the European champion to win that title. So he's on a good run of form. He's in good confidence himself, but I believe I'm good enough to beat anyone in the world, and I believe the best version of me turns up. I should be a little bit too much.
What you like with southpaws? You're generally sort of okay, right?
Yeah, I'm okay. I've boxed a lot of them in the amateurs. I think I've boxed a few as a professional. It just camp a little bit different sparring partners, different tactics, but the goal's the same: to get in there, get the job done, and get the win. And I think we'll be fine this weekend.
We know that Artur Beterbiev holds the majority of the belts. Are you just trying to force a way in to get your hands on the belts?
Yeah, I said before in another interview, there's a lot of fighters in the same position, sitting around waiting for a world title shot, but I don't want to sit and wait and hope to be picked. I want to be in a position where I force the man to fight me, and win this weekend puts me next in line for the WBC world title. So that's the plan, that's the goal, and say I'm one step away from fighting for my second world title.
Who do you see as number one in that division? We know Bivol's holding one of the titles, Beterbiev's holding the other three. Who do you see the main?
I think Beterbiev, to be honest with you, although Bivol's the man at the moment, at the minute he's coming off the win over Canelo, but look, I think if a super middleweight was to beat Canelo, then he's definitely the best in the world, whereas I just think Canelo's not as good. He's not the same fighter at 175, and I don't think beating Canelo at 175 puts him ahead of Beterbiev in my opinion, but it's a good fight. They're both very, very good fighters, and both probably got a good shout for being called the best in the division.
In regards to Beterbiev, it looks like he might be fighting Anthony Yarde. It's not been officially announced, but there was always that sort of thing going on straight after Beterbiev's fight. Anthony Yarde was ringside. If they were to fight, do you feel like it should be a decent job for Beterbiev, or do you feel like Anthony Yarde has the skills to upset the odds?
Yeah, he definitely's got the skills, he's got the power to do it. Whether he can do it on the night, we'll have to wait and see. But Beterbiev's obviously the favourite. Like I said before, I think he's the best in the division at the moment. But Yarde will be live in that fight. I'm sure Yarde fancies his chances, and it'll be an interesting one. And hopefully, I'll watch it knowing that the winner has to fight me.
We know Eddie Hearn was trying to make the Buatsi fight for Bivol. That's not happening now. It looks like it's Gilberto Ramirez. How do you see that fight playing out? That's
a good fight. Ramirez is a good fighter, tall southpaw. Stylistically, I think it's a good fight for Bivol. I think they should gel pretty well. That's a good, really, really good fight. I think Bivol's probably the favourite, but that's an interesting one.
Listen, what can fans expect from you at 175? You've had to fight there before, but what can fans expect from yourself?
Just a bigger, better version of myself. Obviously, I achieved a lot at 168, but I feel I'm bigger and better than 175. I've got a new coach, new weight division, and I feel better than ever.
How hard was it getting back into the ring after that loss against Canelo? Because Canelo's performance on the night, he did seem to sort of cover all angles on the night, and like you said in previous interviews, he was a difficult opponent. So how hard was it getting back into the ring?
Yeah, not really. I had a bit of time off, and then I think losing just kind of highlights areas you need to improve on, and it's done exactly that for me. I got back in the gym, I changed my team, I just aimed to improve as a fighter and make me a better fighter. So I don't want to lose again, and you look at the reasons why you lost and why you need to, how you can prevent it from happening again, and if anything, it just gives me a little bit more drive and motivation to improve.
I'm going to ask you for a prediction for the main event on Alexander Usyk against Anthony Joshua. We know Usyk sort of fought the perfect fight in the first fight. People are saying AJ used the wrong tactics in the first fight. Second time around, what happens?
I think you're going to see a little bit more of an aggressive Joshua. That's what I believe will happen. But you'll also see a different version of Usyk as well. He's not going to just do the exact same thing. He's going to adapt himself. So it's interesting. They've both got different tactics this time round, and we'll see who comes out on top. But as a boxing fan, which I am, I'm looking forward to it. Should be good.
Talking about Canelo, I do want your thoughts on his fight against Golovkin, part 3. Do you feel like it's a foregone conclusion that Canelo wins this fight against Golovkin?
It's not a foregone conclusion, because I don't think anything in boxing is a foregone conclusion, but I do believe Golovkin's best years are behind him, and Canelo's probably in his best years, and I thought Golovkin won the first fight. I thought Canelo probably edged the second fight, but I just think too many years have passed now, and age isn't on Golovkin's side, and I see Canelo winning and probably.
My prediction on last two fights: Benn, Chris Eubank Jr. A fight that's just come out of nowhere. Catch weight. What happens in that fight?
It depends on the weight restrictions and what the rehydration clause is. I just think Eubank's too big for him.
And Terence Crawford against Errol Spence looks like it's going to happen for November. How do you see that one playing out?
Don't know. I used to say Spence. Now I may lean towards Crawford, but it's a genuine 50-50. That for me is one of the best even fights in boxing at the moment. That I do hope happens.
I've spoken to a lot of people about the fight. Nobody can give me a definitive answer on it.
It's a tough one to pick, and I think that just shows how good a fight it is. That's a super fight. That's a fight what you wouldn't mind paying for, and it's just. I do hope it happens. I do hope it's not one of the Mayweather Pacquiao's that gets away and happens too late.
Callum, what can the fight fans expect on Saturday night from yourself?
A win and hopefully a good performance, I believe. I feel good, I'm in a good place, and I'll be open to get the win and maybe the knockout.
Callum Smith, always a pleasure talking to yourself. Thank you very much for talking to Pro Boxing fans. Thank you, mate.